This presentation will address the proposed 2024-2025 Student Code of Conduct and the corrective action plan required by TEA due to noncompliance with the laws surrounding discipline and students who are homeless. Since last school year was not a legislative year, there are no changes to the laws or codes for the Student Code of Conduct, often referred to as the SCOC. The two proposed changes to the SCOC this year are to update the research cited for suspension and to align language to the Parent-Student Handbook based on the updated board policy FNCE Local, removing fines for cell phones. The research on out-of-school suspension reflects earlier findings and continues to underline the detrimental effects of out-of-school suspension, such as not being a deterrent for future misbehavior, increased likelihood of school failure and dropout, and greater risk for Black students for an increased achievement gap and lower graduation rates. Students from the Student Advisory Council were in support of the changes to the SCOC. Students noted that suspension can cause students to get behind in their classes, leading to frustration, failure, and skipping. Students also noted the difficulty of staying off cell phones and support for processes that remove the temptation of the cell phone during class.
I would say, as a person that used to get suspended in middle school, I would say that suspension does not lead to positive actions. It leads to a form of retaliation for the students back, because when someone gets suspended, it can lead to dropout rates, it can lead to school shutdowns, it can lead to just the person getting out on the wrong path. So I would say that suspension is not always positive and a form of reprimandment. It would be just a sense of the child trying to retaliate.
The District Parent Advisory Council met on 12/18 and approved changes unanimously. In the fall of 2024, the district was notified by TEA that the agency was opening an investigation to determine if SAISD was in violation of state or federal law or program requirements for students who are homeless, had placed a student who was homeless who did not meet one of the allowable exceptions in out-of-school suspension, or failed to submit accurate, useful, and timely PEIMS or PEIMS data. The district was found out of compliance with the placement of homeless students qualifying for McKinney-Vento services who did not meet one of the exceptions related to drugs, weapons, or assault in out-of-school suspension. The district put a corrective action plan in place while the investigation was being completed. On the completion of their investigation, TEA required 2 additional actions bolded in this presentation, and for the corrective action plan to be accepted and adopted by the school board. In this presentation, the corrective action plan items are divided into those actions already completed, those in progress, and those that will be ongoing until the end of the school year. These actions have been completed in the summer and fall of 2024. In this slide and the next few slides, starred items show those activities that were in place prior to TEA's findings. The bolded actions on this slide show the 2 required actions by TEA. The district will provide additional training utilizing TEA's training resources as recommended by TEA in their required actions. All activities are in progress and will be completed by April 1st, 2025. These activities are ongoing and related to monitoring. They will continue through the last day of school, at which time the corrective action plan will be complete. This concludes the presentation for the Student Code of Conduct and the corrective action plan for discipline and students who qualify for McKinney-Vento.